Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and this week I am home renovation Ron. As you may have noticed, I've not been able to get down the G unit lately to work on the kit car because I've been doing so much work in my new house. All my free time has been spent here. And I've done loads and loads of jobs over the past month already. We've made some major changes, and as I was doing the work I thought, I wish I would have filmed this. This would have made a cool video. Like on the back of the house, it was all covered in ivy all the way up. All the outhouse was surrounded by ivy and vines and stuff. You couldn't even see it in there. And as I was chopping it down, all on the roof, it kind of rolled off as a big carpet, and I thought, this would have made an awesome video. So I thought I'd pick up the camera and do a few little bits in here, because I've been clearing out the front where you saw the massive driveway in one of my videos a few weeks ago. We've hacked back all the hedges, and I think I've even gained a couple of parking spaces, so we might be up to a 10-car driveway now. When I viewed the house, I was really taken in by the grand open hallways older houses have, and all the rooms are just that little bit bigger than a modern house, and it's absolutely awesome. But as you can see from in here, the decor is a bit plain. In my old house, I'd done everything again. I'd put all new skirtings, architrave. Everything was absolutely perfect. There was no joins whatsoever. All the joints, all the angles were absolutely millimetre perfect. All the screws on every fitting, on every light was all the same way throughout the whole house. All the cutting in of the paintwork was absolutely perfect. It was almost like it had been masked up and sprayed like you would on a car. And moving into this house, not quite so perfect. But I have been getting through it. I've redecorated all the bedrooms upstairs. The kids got to choose their own colours, so they went wide with that, and that looks absolutely amazing now. They love it, so they're happy. And I was working my way downstairs. I've still got the hallway to do, but next in line was going to be the front room. And it's one of those jobs I thought I'd just give it a quick lick of paint, go round, and then you look at it some more and you think, while I'm doing that, I may as well just do this, and then I may as well just do this, and then, I better do this bit as we're doing that as well. And before you know it, much like a car project, it has escalated massively and you're full renovation mode. So let me show you what the plan is. The living room is all open plan. Hopefully it films all right. The lighting's not great. More on that in a minute. But we've got the living room, dining room and kitchen all open plan. I wasn't sure how I was going to get on with open plan living, but it is absolutely awesome. It's so convenient. Got a utility and toilet the other side of that door, so in time we can extend the kitchen out into that and make a bigger kitchen. Got a lot of original features. We've got this old Rayburn. It doesn't heat the water anymore, but it is still connected to the chimney, so if we have an apocalypse we can still cook our dinners on the old style fire. And this is my current IT area. As we can see, the McLaren video uploading as we speak. And we've got the wood burner up that side. It's such an awesome space. It is absolutely massive. What I said about the lighting, in this huge room, this is the only light. We've got this one here and no lighting at all at this side of the room. So at night time, you get a little glow here. And up here, you have nothing. The light switches are still on the wall. So you've got that one, does that end, but this one does nothing. So I thought about just digging up there, maybe taking a floorboard upstairs and finding where the light comes through. But then, just like normal job escalation, I thought it'd look pretty cool changing it all to downlights. So if we have two strips of downlights going the whole length of it, and that'll look nice and flush with the ceiling and make it look even longer. Another little quirk in here is this cupboard. It looks like just a normal cupboard until you really start looking at it and look where the hinges are. At some point, they'd extended the worktop to make it a bit of a bar front, but what they must have come across is then you can't open the door. So it's quite funny to see when you open the door, it's only half a door. So once I saw that, I couldn't unsee it, and that is something I want to change. So whether I take this whole front of the wall down and just make a smaller door, move all the architraves in and make it look like just a smaller door entrance. The other thing that annoyed me is how the coving stops around the top. So I was going to board all that front in and just put a normal architrave around the door itself and smooth that in. But then when I was looking at the coving more, there's all cracks along it. You can see where it's been joined because it's such a long length, and where it's been joined all around the pipes, it's just kind of been chopped in, and all the way around there's cracks. So I was going to take the coving down and redo that. As you can see, mainly why I wanted to decorate, as you've probably noticed, the whole room is bright pink. So I looked into the coving a little bit more. I wanted to see why it's cracked, but all where the joins are, they're not lined up very nice, and you can just, it's not great. From the moment I saw it, it annoyed me. So I thought I'd do a little bit of investigation. This is what happens when there's no adults around to supervise. You just think, oh, I wonder what's behind the coving. So I took a screwdriver and pulled that bit off, and I was pleased to find that when the room has been plastered, they've gone right up to the wall. I know sometimes when a plasterer is doing a ceiling and he knows coving's going up, he'll just kind of go so the coving covers it and then not worry about the edge, just leave a bit of a gashy gap. But this guy, absolute legend. He's made the perfect join to the ceiling. So I'm not sure what they stuck the coving on with. It's like hard and crusty, but as you can see on this little bit here, that's rubbed down easily. It's a bit dusty. So if the rest of it comes off like that, that's going to be awesome. You can see this bit here, kind of half coming off already. So I think the decision has been made that all the coving is going to come down. I much prefer it without coving, like the rest of the house, where the ceiling comes straight to the walls. But I do prefer the smooth ceiling. So with the smooth ceiling and the square walls and the downlights, this is going to look ultra modern and look even longer. It's 8 meters long, 3.5 meters wide. So that's about 22 meters of coving to come down. The only worry is that if some bits are gripped a little bit better, that it might rip some of the ceiling down. But I think I'm willing to make that risk because how easy that bit came off and cleaned up. So it's gone from just a quick lick over to removing all the coving, painting all the walls, downlights in the ceiling. And what I said a couple of weeks ago where I didn't watch telly, as you can see, we've been living here a month and the telly still isn't plugged in. YouTube all the way. So this is going to be my next job, to remove all this coving. It's going to be a bit dusty, but I'm sure it'll make a good video. Let's see how messy this is going to get and if it comes off as easy as the other bits. Hopefully it's not going to pull the ceiling down with it. That was easy. Looking good. Nice. Nice. Let's try this long bit. Oh. Even easier. I don't know what this is. It's like all chalky. Like plaster or something. I don't know. And that's the coving all off. The room looks so much bigger already. It came off really easy. As you saw, it just literally popped off. I don't know what it's stuck on with. It's like crumbly. I don't know if it's like filler or plaster. I don't know. But as you saw, it wasn't really stuck on. If I was to do it, I'd have used no more nails or something, so that would have never come off. But yeah, it just seems quite crumbling. It's not really stuck to anything. Not really stuck to the ceiling, which is great news. So that should come off nice and easy. And as you can see, it's plastered perfectly, square, right up. And while I'm in destructive mode, I just took off the architrave around the door. So what I plan to do is make one so the door's just this shape, and then either side will be wall colour and the top will be wall colour, so it's all flat. Not sure the best way to do that, whether just put one piece of plasterboard like over it and cut a door shape out so it's all flat, or just board up that top bit and fill it flat, maybe give it a skim. Not sure. I know I can be pretty creative with filler from some of my past cars, but with houses, not so sure as yet. So what I've started to do this end is I use water, and whatever this is, it's quite chunky there. If you get it wet, it just turns into paste and all wipes off. So I think that's going to be the best bet. And there was a bit of an edge, like where the coving was, and they only painted up to it. But again, that's wiped off, so that's completely smooth now. So we've got a nice, square, perfect edge. I didn't want to really dig it in with a spatula or anything because I think that might damage the plaster as well. Just got to do the rest. Well, what a messy job that was. But it was so soft, it just scrapes off. It's so easy. And I could just scrape it off without touching any of the plaster or any of the paint. Obviously it's made quite a mess. I'm really happy with how it's come out. The plaster at the top is perfect, right to the edge, all the way round. That's the bit I was worried about, whether I was going to uncover a big join or a big mess. But now all the stuff on the floor, I can just give this a little wipe over and that'll take off what's left. Looking at the state of the floor and the state of my hands, I reckon I'm in pretty much the same condition. A bit dusty, so I better clean up here, clean up me, and then on to the next stage. And then with what's left on there, literally just washes off on the ceiling as well. Just washes straight off before it even touches the plaster. Nice and easy. And then all that's left is the little paint line. And even that comes off. So you just got to go all the way around. And after a quick wipe, you can't even see where the coving was. If it wasn't for that bit that's not painted, we'd have a finished room. Well, apart from the pink. So yeah, it's got lots more to do. Just about got all the way around and it's come out nicely. Literally just wiped off. I didn't have to dig anything in, make any gouges. And the ceiling is absolutely spot on. No chunks come out. No, nothing. So there's a few little cracks and dents and dinks in the walls I'm going to be going over just to get them all up perfect. But for now, major happy with that. And that's me all cleaned up and the house all cleaned up and back together because we're back in family mode. I am super dad for the rest of the week now. So I had to get this into a working household again. but I'm really happy with how it's gone. Even just taking the coving off has made a massive difference to the room. It looks so much taller and so much longer. Even though it is still a little bit multicoloured and a little bit rough in places, I've got the vision of how it's going to look. So you'll have to let me know what you think if you want to see more of Renovation Ron, because I'm doing a lot of work at the house at the minute, so I'm not getting down the G unit. So there might not be another kit car video for a month or so. Would you like to see more of what I do here? Or just wait for a month with no videos until the next kit car one comes out? I've got loads to do in the house. There's even going to be a phase 2 on this room, because I would eventually like to get rid of the Rayburn in the corner, get rid of that and open up all that space. The problem with that, it's on a concrete plinth, which the laminating floor is up to, so I'd have to redo all the floor, which is something I am planning on doing because the floor is pretty worn, but that's a whole nother project in itself. So I'm just going to get phase 1 done, which has now turned into a pretty big phase 1 with all the downlights, all the smooth walls and all painted up really nicely. And then at some point we'll get on to phase 2 where we'll have all the flooring up, all new skirting boards down the bottom, get rid of the Rayburn and get a super modern, sleek room. So I'm gonna get straight onto the editing of this video. A YouTuber's work is never done. It is literally non-stop. Gonna go and pick up the kids from school. But until next time, make sure you have fun.